Season's greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your ring scope for December. But let's get into December for you, Taurus. See what you're going to be dealing with here. A challenge for you in December, Taurus, is going to be around taking advice that's offered. I feel like somebody is going to have some very good advice for you and this is someone you trust, someone whose advice you have taken before. They're going to have some very good relationship advice for you. Now, this doesn't have to be a personal relationship, but even a close friendship, but any kind of issues maybe you're having, maybe with someone else in your family. You may find it difficult to take their advice, though, and that's why this is coming up in the challenge situation, in the challenging energy for December. The reason that you may find this difficult is that, you may have to confront someone about something, and that's what this person is advising you to do. And it would cause a disruption. Maybe right before the holidays, or right around the holidays, or during the holidays. You may feel like this is not the best course of action, but at the same time you trust this person. So that may be where the conflict comes in. You may not agree with what they're advising you to do. And we'll kind of see how this plays out as we get more into December and see if you should take this advice or maybe put it off until next year. For some of you may be dealing with somebody who in your life who presented to you a very different picture than what they actually are. You may find out that somebody was being dishonest with you. So they may have presented a very helpful persona, someone who cared about you, someone who had your best interest at heart, and then you come to find out that they do not. So for some of you, that will be the challenge, and I'm sorry to tell you. It seems like this is a newer person in your life, so this is not someone that you've known very long. So there may be a disruption around this when you find out that this person has not been completely honest with you. Somebody in your life may be being selfish, wanting what's best for him or her and not caring at all what's best for you. So if that's the case, just keep that in mind. That may be, for some of you, a challenge that you have to confront in December. And that could, again, be where this advice comes in. Maybe somebody's advising you about how to handle that situation, and you're just not in the mood to deal with it in December, because there's so much other stuff we have to deal with in December. For those of you who are coupled up, who are in a partnership, in a committed relationship, you may feel that somebody's not pulling their weight in December. This may cause some arguments. Somebody may also spend a lot of money in December, which is a very bad month to be spending a lot of money, and he'll spend it on himself. And I do have this coming up as, in most cases, a male, so because I do have mostly women who watch my videos, but this could be a female partner as well. Somebody just selfishly spending a lavish amount of money on something, and you being upset about that, understandably. So just keep that in mind. Maybe take their credit card away or hide their credit card in December if you can. Some of you may be waiting to hear back about a partnership, a business partnership, a job at a new company. And, I'm sorry to say that some of you may be disappointed in the news that you hear. But I feel like for a lot of you, this may not be like the complete end of the situation. It could be that they're just putting off hiring for this position until next year. Some of you may have been trying for a promotion at work, and it seems like somebody slyly, or maybe things aren't on the up and up. Maybe somebody gave the job to their favorite or something. You may hear about this in December and understandably be pissed about that. Because there seems to be a manipulative female around this. So somebody may have manipulated their way into a position that you were more qualified for at work, and it would have been a pay raise. And now you may get this news in December. And I'm sorry. If you do get this news, though, just keep in mind that anything that's going to get us off course in our life, like where we're supposed to be going, those are the kinds of things that fall through. So, or are more likely to fall through. You can go off and do the wrong thing, as many of us do. But as far as work, things like that, we always kind of find our way back. So anything that falls through, while it's difficult, especially if you're out of work, If you've been looking for a job for a long time or trying to improve your finances for a long time, this can be frustrating, but just know it's normally because that wasn't there's going to be something better coming along down the pike for you. Help that you're going to receive is in December is somebody sharing your viewpoint, someone that you may have thought was interfering in your business and giving you bad advice. Again, we've got advice coming up, so maybe going back to this, maybe you initially think this is bad advice, but then it turns out that it was very good advice. So yeah, this person has your back, okay? Even if you don't take their advice, even if you feel like maybe they delivered it in a way that you didn't really appreciate or they rubbed you the wrong way, or you felt like they were maybe meddling in a situation that they had no business in. So this could be unsolicited advice for some of you. You're going to find out that the support that you need when you need it in December actually does come from this person as well. So it's kind of like while you may not agree with the advice that they give you, go ahead and take a step back from this person if you need to. But I mean, when the chips are down and you need somebody, this person is there for you. And I think that's going to be evident in December because some stroke of luck is connected to this person that's going to affect you. You will be with this person and be in the right place at the right time to be lucky in some way, Taurus, or just something they say will cause you to maybe try a new course of action. So this advice is very important, whether you take it or not. Because I think that maybe if you don't take it now, you might take it in the future when it's going to benefit you the most. What you kind of have to accept about December is, of course, that, for most of us, we have to be around our family. And for some of you, Taurus, that may be okay. For others of you, it may not be okay. There may be a lot of delays around travel. If you've waited to make your travel plans and you're watching this in November, I highly recommend you get on it. And, definitely, get things kind of set up around and to maybe try to travel at weird dates that are cheaper or where not everyone will be traveling at the same time. If you can, either go early or maybe, late. If you can't make it for Christmas Day, maybe fly into the 26th and just be like, hey, I'm here. There's a cheaper flight, so here I am. Some of you just may decide not to go home for Christmas if it's a long way. Maybe you can't afford the trip, considering this job stuff that you're dealing with, the financial aspect of things, you may just decide against it. I think if you do, you're going to hear from your family. Someone is not going to be happy, probably particularly your mother or your father, both maybe, about you not making the trip. But you got to do what you got to do. So some of you may just stick around your own home this year and do kind of your own little celebration. But I mean, for when you do go home, those of you who do, it'd actually be a very positive time to be at home. I think you would have a good time. There would be a way to start a new, turn over a new page with a relationship in your family if you go home this year. And kind of maybe, I'm not saying there won't be cosmic storms, because there are going to be cosmic storms for everyone the last 2 weeks of December. So, you do have a decision to make. You can kind of stay out of all that if you don't go. But then if you do go, you can kind of maybe clear the air in some way. And I think some of that will be a bit confrontational, a bit, just confronting maybe secrets that come out. Or, and not necessarily about you, but just there may be a disappointment of sorts around a member in your family, or you may feel that your parents are disappointed in you in some way. Maybe they're disappointed in the person that you've chosen to be with, or disappointed in your what you're doing with your life. It seems like you may be able to confront that in a way this year that would finally get through to them, so that they kind of knock it the hell off. And Taurus, you're normally very non-confrontational. You're just kind of laid back and take things as it goes. But it seems like there may be a situation in your family that has been going on for far too long and you've kind of had enough. So, and that may be part of the reason you don't want to go home. But if you don't confront this and deal with this, it's never going to go away. So Taurus, for you, I feel like, it would be a good idea to go ahead and confront this. You may not get everything you want out of the situation, but a compromise can be reached. Some of you may not want to go home for the holidays because you are in a new relationship. You've met someone new, and you don't want to be away from this person for, all the holidays. Maybe you want to spend New Year's Eve with this person. For those of you who are single and looking, it's a very good possibility that you might meet someone online over the holidays. So maybe you'll be avoiding your family and you're online a lot on your phone or on your laptop. And it seems like this may be somebody that you meet through electronic means. Be careful that they are telling you the truth. For those of you who do meet someone online in December or here towards the end of the year, make sure that they are who they say they are. Make sure they're not pulling the wool over your eyes in some way. Make sure that they will video chat with you. Watch Catfish. If you haven't watched Catfish, at least watch the movie if you don't watch the show. It's very informative. Just be aware of somebody, not representing themselves in an honest way to you. Now, this can be in person. I mean, we can certainly hide things about ourselves when we first meet someone in person, but it seems like for a lot of you, this will be online. So just don't get too excited about somebody who, may not be who they're saying they are until you have time to kind of investigate that for yourself. So that is what I see for December, Taurus. Good luck. Have a great holiday.